there's a brand new 13-minute gameplay trailer for the upcoming sci-fi platformer R.E.A.C.H, and it's just wow. In it, the game's director walks us through 3 different sections of the game to show off its cinematic platforming, combat, and its world building and narrative elements. Unfortunately, this video comes along with the news that the game has been delayed until next year, but what we're shown definitely softens the blow a bit. So I'm gonna go over some of the things I noticed and what I'm most excited for, starting with my favorite moment, when our character is hit and the camera does a full rotation around us. You can hear his heart pounding, ringing in his ears. Everything goes blurry for a moment. Just a wonderful shot. The team at Sad Cat Studios wants to create the most cinematic experience possible, which includes strategic camera placement and transitions between cutscenes and gameplay. We see this time and time again during this first chase scene as we run through doorways, jump over walls, and even have a full 90-degree rotation here for dramatic effect. Cinematics and drama are a big part of R.E.A.C.H. A lot of this is shown through the camera movement, but also the extremely impressive lighting system, retro-futuristic soundtrack, and all the little details in the background and foreground. Personally, I'm a big fan of chase scenes done well, the rise and release of tension, getting timing just right so it feels like you've only barely escaped. However, I do want to know who hired these guards at the beginning. There are at least 5 of them standing around, and somehow we're able to just run away from them. Anyways, how about some combat? This segment also showcases some of those cinematic features I mentioned, small camera shakes that make each hit feel weighty, the flames in the back acting as a rim light to add to the spectacle, and special finisher animations to seal the deal. The game director said that combat here is all about countering and reaction, and that it's heavily inspired by the Batman Arkham games. And I can totally see that, taking on a horde of enemies and just going to town. However, not every situation will call for a guns blazing approach like this. Depending on the threat level and how well equipped we are, it may be a better option for us to escape or hide from danger. Even then, not every part of the game is about action. Some segments will focus more on story and world building, giving us access to explore a more open-ended location, talking to NPCs, picking up side quests, and collecting bits of lore. Any info, music, or pictures we come across here will be stored in our Wingman device. As we progress through the story, this hub location will change along with the seasons. The first game that came to mind when they mentioned this was actually Pentiment. This game really showed off the passage of time in a way that made it feel like the characters were getting older and that there was more to the world than just you, the hero. Obviously very different genres, but if anyone else can pull this off, it's the team making Replaced. They've already shown that they're striving to create an extremely immersive world, avoiding camera cuts as much as possible with, quite frankly, impeccable visuals and sound design. Plus, you can even try your hand at some fictional 80s arcade games. So even though we won't be able to play until 2025, I think there's definitely something here that's worth waiting for.